Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome once again to the studio. The one and only Driemo, the magician. Welcome back, fresh from the UK.
You know what's up?
Hey, I said because my cousins are there, so one of my videos and guys, I think it was for me. It's one of the first shows. Zambia nowadays and Malawi nowadays. Kubanga show UK.
Of course.
So first of all, I just wanted to understand from your perspective, my experiences got a many hour. I'm a Kubanga Jani because it's not the first time you're going out there to perform. So explain to us, how was it?
It was amazing, actually. Couldn't get a goodie, Montu. There's a word, even when a goodie, a man who hasn't traveled thinks his mother is the best cook in the world.
Straight.
You see? So you need to go out there because Kukara like our community, it's very hard for you to grow because even the size of your dreams are directly proportional to your exposure. You cannot dream of something you have never seen, something you don't know. You understand? So, but until you meet some people, you want so linking up with Zambia, as in my artists like Zambia, and even my influencers like Zambia, has really placed a very big impact in my life as an artist. Like my work ethic, you know, basi kustudio kwazi bindikira kwena kwake, kwazi bisa kwena kwako. But on that, they can book an apartment, they can book a studio. Say, okay, fine. If you're in this studio, let's try a new environment. They pay and everything, and then work there and something like that. So,
I say the first time, una ndihala kuti ufuna upanga stuff ngati mene ndinaziwa kuti mene ndi influence yako yoti because you've traveled, you've seen how your friends do it.
Of course.
From perspective yakunja, I know one guy, his name is Johan. Damena ma work and did the very best. Amachoka kwao. Baya kuti Lake Malawi. All the time. Agamaza banga abanga zimene zoso. And I asked him a question and that, you know what, there's a different inspiration here in Malawi. So I always love to operate my environment outside the studio yanga.
Of course.
Zona mbalame, zona mazi. And set up kumiko. Walibe nazo za soundproofing. Amafuna that natural sound.
And just zinangole peleka kuli yabe kuti mwina ma fans like the financial fans and everything. Zina kanga zavuta vangono. But we wanted to go to Nchisi Forest.
Kuamenya aba.
To record a few songs over there. But need my bookings jani wadere ababali jago didn't have singara. Still we have to make a trip. It's not always just an album, but
true.
You always have to keep on creating as an artist. So gama digire gudi ba hena gama digire guda to find to do Za Nyimbo. The moment they start working, that's a very big problem because if I get Za Nyimbo je no banga creating time na sikuguliza na sana ilandile. And you don't have any other projects to release. But if you record and keep, it helps you to have content, vast content. You can what? You can release.
You can easily manage with because I've seen sometimes the way mabanga umakhala ndi stuff ready.
Of course, always.
So it depends on kuti panopa kuchujira jana panopa ndikufira motani.
Yes.
And then you release based on that.
Yeah.
Ndinaona ujeni video yako natusa pakati pa muli I think muli tutomola ina yake BMW G3 310.
Of course.
Ndikuiziwa njinga because I love those bikes. So we're not gonna start screenshots and I'm in a video yomuntu amaisungira. But this is the time, and I think most artists don't do that. I just want to understand kuti iwe chimenya wabangisa kuti panomani bange release. Ndijani.
I have a good management. Even in an artist, cinema have a ground most of the times. You understand? Nchiro anga ndikubanga create. So my mind is locked into what can I create. Ninga imbe zodi jani, ninga bwisi zodi jani. Like to improve my writing techniques and whatnot, my concept developing techniques and my delivery techniques. So in Nigeria, I have a background in one of the
yeah.
So my management in Nigeria only manage giants so on. Like I was one of the background of a no, this is not the right time to release this song. But Nyimbo ngari and how for Nyimbo ya Judy and Jan. You understand? Nyimbo nachuka ba TikTok and how my phone. We have the video ready. It's already there. Everything inavangudagare edit and stuff inangosungi. But we cannot drop it now. Because we know, okay, fine. And hata wifuna Komano we know what the right time ndio did. So management ni many man tandiza kwambiri kubanga my decisions. Pena and majesty very much kurusa unit because we are just emotional erect at that particular time. Basi no vanova ndingofuna kandirusa kaka ngoba zoti nyimbo chawairusa futhi iwe ndamene kumvanga nyimbo yo niyo kongola nthaimene yayo amene anthu kuna
sawifira choncho.
So you need to listen to some people. Yeah, mada they can project see tente pangeni is. So yeah.
I think you are privileged, to be honest. I think in the team I've watched you and seen you work. Ndimaona menoma bangira zintu zako, and I just wanted to commend you and just encourage you to continue that path.
Thank you.
Inanima kubera the greatness samalozera nomajira kuiona muntu umajira uziyo muntu sanga kulozera uyu ndi galu umajira uzera awe ndi so I've seen a lot of people, I've been around a lot of artists who come and go here kaya kuma show, and I think ni artist oje bamene unga nene muntu maya kuno artist yo azavaya dali and azabida kudali. So I just want a big shout out to you for the work process, the people that you put on. Ma guys ambili akamayamba career yao akafika level 9 amatha kudrop anandi anthu amene anayamba nawo kale. But I see what you do with Nyanda and then you've been with those guys since way back. You're still true to your roots. GC all the way. So big shout out. I say usaza see as many zozo.
Ndebo ukana kagusia ngana siya kale.
Send you ngasi adi kale.
Ngana siya kale. I wanna just know, and it's not one thing when you go mwina magud. Komanda is just that it's good to work with the people that understand you. I remember my manager once said when I go, it's better to work with the people when I go tena iko mozo kaudi mwenewe dollar ulibe.
Yeah.
Understand? You can pay money for studios, you can pay for what, but your people can be tend to again. Drama zakabu ya dani tisolve.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why I have the team ngadagi na nyanda na tactic because we can work. Ngaraba baba mwi taiweka kuambira kumambira yomba kumambira. You understand? Tuimaliza aba we are going into the mastering phase and what not. When I mafika next week the karaidani.
So what people don't know is that Abamiata, you're still recording songs.
But I'm still recording songs. You understand? So it's the thing that Nyanda has been mina kudeni, panoma 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You understand? We're working. Komanda we haven't paid him. Kuno tima mulibia like ndamas management kodi it's worth paying him. By the end of the day tima mulibia. Komanda wale wanaenda panopa say tuweka guys za launches za machanchan and them fans tilibe guy. I say bro,
to work.
When I was I made my contract, my agreements and whatnot. But we know this is family, and we started together, we're growing together, and that's how we do it.
So you have a family
that
understands your work process, that believes in your vision. Before Ankani, Zimafrika and Honori, you are together on the journey. So on that, you are in the UK, you met these guys from Zambia. I just want you to for someone who's watching you for the first time, aspiring artists out there, what is the biggest takeaway from your tours, from your work process, from being with my spaces in the UK? Your biggest takeaway? Guys, especially for this journey,
well, this is what I'm gonna say to everybody out there is that almost every artist, every big artist who was invited to the UK, Zambia, Malawi, nobody started big. And we had a chance to listen to their old songs, to see their old pictures and whatnot. They're not so different from where you are or where we were. So everybody can make it. You just have to put your dream on the road, walk it, do it, be persistent. People will talk. You understand? If there's one thing that I've ever understood, and somebody said, and I quote, an athlete will never judge you for starting to work out. You understand? And an artist will never judge you for trying to paint something. And a singer will never judge you for trying to sing. It's only these people who have nowhere to go, they have something to say. You understand? They want to pull you back. They want to, take you away from your dream so that you'll be the same like them. So if there's one thing that I've learned is that nobody started big, as far as I know, and they started somewhere and then they built it towards where they are right now. So you can do it. If they did it, you can do it.
Best food in the UK?
Wow.
Yeah.
I would say fries. Fries and some chicken, I would say. I don't know, maybe because we're used to the taste of the Malawian food, innit?
Yeah.
So it's very hard to get used to that. But I've tried so many foods. you know, it's just more like a variety of food. We have Indian food and whatnot.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
have their, you know,
Yeah, they don't have
their own food. So I would just say I love some Indian food that I tested over there, and then, you know, some, you know, like fast foods. They were really nice as compared to sometimes what we test over here. I don't know what's the difference, but yeah, the taste is different, even the services and whatnot. But I love the environment.
Best system in the UK. As compared, yeah, you know
Whoa,
that?
the road system, bro. Everything is just organized. Everybody is just organized. You understand? On the road, here you just see somebody overtaking where you're not supposed to overtake. You know, here you see like the lights are red and somebody's passing just like that. There you don't do that. You understand? And you cannot drink and drive. It's like more like one of those laws whereby you end up in jail, whether you like it or not. There's no, hey, no, I'm gonna give you this little while. So corruption is not there. Straight. You understand? Corruption is not there as compared to when which is a topic that is talked about over and over again, but things never change. You know, when you see people driving on the road, it's so smart and everything as compared to what you see, but over there, green, man.
One thing that fascinated you there, and then you're like, damn, this is dope.
One thing that I saw, and there was like, it's more like the whole everything, man. They're just way above us, like way over us. You understand? So if you see the infrastructure, top notch, and you see people, how smart they are, how smart they dress, how smart they look, and everything, and how organized, on time they are, and everything. It's more like they're even beautiful women over there. I say it, man. I ain't gonna lie, but man, I say like, yeah, they're pretty women over there.
Come, I believe good even Malawi has got pretty women. Think about it this way.
Of course, black women are the best.
Think about it this way.
Yeah, black women are the best.
If Malawians would shift to start staying in the UK for 3-4 years, they would change.
That would change.
Because the weather is right, everything is right.
The products are nice, everything is nice.
Yeah. So you become a product of your environment.
In Malawi, if women could look as pretty as they look with the limited resources, if they could go, bro. I'm telling you. Stop. So,
this other time, as a poster, Malawian industry is way behind as compared to Zambian music industry. And I wanted to hear your perspective from an artist's point of view. This is not about a debate. This is about like having a sober conversation. My industry is that. I'm not talking about Luso. I'm talking about the industry. There's a difference. People don't understand that. The industry itself. Luso, there's an industry that determines the success of an artist. So Malawian versus Zambian industry. For you, you've been in Zambia, you've worked with Zambian artists. What would you say?
I would say Zambians operate different. You understand? Even I would say the affiliation of the music industry with other industries,
like brands, corporates, organizations. Yes.
You see, like a Zambian artist who are just emerged, like has 2 hit songs in the country. You know, companies are already coming. And say, oh no, I want you to be a brand ambassador for this. I want you to do that. It doesn't happen like that in Malawi. Like you just so if you see good in my brand ambassadors, no chepa.
Do we even have
in Zambia? Yeah, we do. There's
brand
Gwamba,
ambassador.
Yeah, Gwamba is it
Bet.
Is
it Bola Bet?
No, it's not Bola Bet. It's I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Gwamba is a brand ambassador.
Yeah. Zeze for Cape Stars.
Cape Stars,
Cape
yes.
Stars. And then we have who else?
Win Big, is it?
For Premier, is it the Premier? Is it
Premier Bet?
Premier Bet, Ella Njuchi, there's Joy Nut and whatnot. So yeah, but in Zambia, it's big. You understand?
But have you noticed within my bed or Kawachura?
Yeah, my bed or of course.
What's happening?
No, apart from Zez, of course.
Zez and Cape Stars, yes.
Yeah.
But then the story, like, sorry for cutting you short, but I would like to see more brands aligning with artists other than because
we have that superiority complex. I don't know if I would call it a problem as
so who has it?
My artist. Okay, let me tell you this one thing, yeah. Companies, they're already doing good at whatever they're doing. You understand? But my companies, they can't understand what you can give them. You understand? Until you go to them and tell them, this is what I can do for you. You understand? This is what I can do for you. I am an influencer. I can influence people to do this, to do this, to do this, and then your brand can shift from here to here.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't have to wait for them to come to you.
True.
That's the problem that I think my artists are really now. You know, we wait for them to come to you. Because you are big and your fans are praising you and they're clapping for you. You think somebody, a CEO over somewhere else can just give you
but would you just say my countries now, it's the brands that come to the artists?
Of course, but where did they start from? That's the question. I had a chat with most of them. Like most of them, they'll be like, first of all, we used to go to them, you know, write proposals and send it to them and whatnot. You understand? And then it started like that. And then they invested that idea into companies to say that we need these people for our brands and whatnot to, you know, to go as far as they can go.
So what should we do?
No, as I was saying, now I want to still explain on
the
industries and whatnot. You know that Zambians are more into streaming than Malawians.
True.
In Malawi,
100%.
you find like, okay, I can drop my album today on Spotify. You understand? Or maybe I've just uploaded some, you know, videos on YouTube, you know, like the whole album on my YouTube channel. Somebody will just go there, download and convert them into MP3s and then they start sharing.
True.
That's the problem that we have. They don't do that like that mostly in Zambia. It's more like the 10% or 5% that they do that. Most of the time, they stream. That's why you see that Zambian artists, most of them, they have big streaming numbers. Because when they drop, people believe in streaming. That's what every industry,
Spotify, iTunes,
every industry should have that. That's why maybe Zambian music industry beat us on streaming. It's even organizational thing, like the work ethic. As I'm talking about, like, you know, as I was talking like just a few minutes back to say that an artist could just book an apartment just to record a single song or just to record 3 songs.
True.
You know, invite a producer and whatnot. They'll have food and drinks over there. They would chill and chat and then recording. They understand that an artist needs a different environment. In Malawi, you just believe you and your producer in the studio, just closed room and then you work. You don't do that. You need other artists to be there, other people to be there.
Inspiration.
Even some people can just have an idea on whatever you're talking about.
Yes,
no, I think that word is not good. Can you just shift it?
I say, we need to do like maybe exposure. So I know for you, you've written songs for other people. Kunoko bali artist ena amaona ngati kuti sangampeze Driemo kuti alembere nyimbo. Akuona ngati ndiza superiority complex umene azichi. Ineyo Driemo ndembere nyimbo zoboye. Koma ukamvera nyimbo zawo ena amachita kuona kuti my jazz atani akubwereza. They could have done better.
And then I will tell you one thing, yeah. Nyimbo ya composition. The first person to write that song wasn't me, yeah?
No.
Naki.
Seriously?
Yeah. So Naki is one of the guys that I grew up with. Like started the music industry, like journey together. So he did that song, like Mambiriro, and he was like, bro, I don't know how to deliver this. You know, you understand? He tried. I tried to help him how to do it. He said, I've just failed. Like, I just can't do it. I think you should do it. I was like, okay, give it to me. And then he gave it to me, and then I polished up and whatnot, and then did this and that, and then it was done. And even on the artwork of the song, written by Driemo and Naki. The song, like most of the songs that I do, sometimes you understand? So Naki, most of the time, you understand? In my lyrics, no. You know, that's too basic, man. That's too basic. You understand? If anyone that's too basic.
Yeah, I say because your lyrics are really they're interesting.
So in a cinema beat, like nyimbo composition, I don't even hide about that. I can proudly say you understand? So coming forward to tell people, okay, fine, yes, but there's this person, I mean, I think the Malawian industry is not ready for that.
So kazokaza industry manena komana sinangama unore mafulumia ukacha ma feelings
Yeah. And Ozona says even when it comes to drama, like if you go on social media, you understand? you find that zinimene akumanga maharisa ku Zambia example mene yo map akana khali so kuma ran cancel kale kale
Kwambi.
yo maps or drop bompa no nyimbo ya Jibane, like like for the HHH like HH and whatnot now. People were talking and whatnot, and it has died down. They've just forgotten about. They're even vibing to the song. You understand? But in Malawi, if you do that,
they forget it's just business. You wanna do business.
They take it personal.
They take it personal.
And then I got to get even a cover woman.
Yeah, straight.
You be like, this guy is just doing business, man.
The business. That's how it's like. Muntu umagagwira nchiro ku company. Not because umamvana ndabwana ako kapena masangasa ndabwana ako.
Kapena uli ndiwe fan wa company.
You are going to work to get paid.
Money. That's all.
So it should be like that in all spheres of life. Komano is sad with my artist amabangidwa scrutinize kwa judge based on who they are working with.
That's a problem. And that's how maybe we differ with the Zambian music industry. But all in all, I would say there are talented artists in Zambia. I mean, it's a good afternoon. Also, about the platform and whatnot, and Malawi should give a chance to listen to them because there was a time when Zambian industry dominated the Malawian industry. You understand? Because now when you go like in Peterson, you understand? In a Daddy third and whatnot, they were making waves in Malawi. You understand? So I think Zambian music industry has always dominated the Malawian music industry since way back then. Understand? But something like that.
We just need to work on our structures.
Yeah, Malawi has talent. You know, Malawi, there is no artist. Uyama kana number 1 thousands.
Kulibe kumeni.
Kulibe. Uyo matoka badogo kuti muna wadrop album yabwino ya hit. Yenda hitadi. Koma angobwera ino akendika hit.
4 months.
4 months so yajuluka mwezi mmoja bila kama kala wabwera. Ola nyimbo hit ukozerusa hit lero. Ikamata week ina kwabwera nyimbo inaweza kunaniso. So that's what an industry should be like. Koma so kunoko we are better at that. You understand? In Zambia matatu muna inagarusa nyimbo. But maybe muna yamapsi yanga drop. He makes like even in Malawi, Zambia, something. So yeah, jamuna baga bage makale mene kudi amato soko samaiko onsawi. The only reason is with your maps. I was telling even my friend Neo is also a very dope artist from Zambia. I was telling him, you know what? Your maps most of the times, I'm imba muna 80% Chinyanja and muna 20% Bemba.
True.
But most of the Zambian artists, they do muna 90% Bemba, 20% muna Chinyanja and some English over there.
Why does he do that?
Sorry?
Why does he do that?
It's because he understood the market. You understand? He understood that, if I want to have more numbers, if I want to have more streams, if I want to have the biggest impact and penetrate the borders, then I need to do this and that. He adds some English there, some Chichewa, like Nyanja, and some Bemba.
It's like one size fits all.
Exactly. That's what he does. But most of the Zambian artists, like I will give an example of a song that I did with Triple M, one of the dopest rappers in Zambia, Follow. People just memorized where you did your hook. Yeah. Him, only his country can understand what he was saying. Zambia only. But my verse, Zambia, even Malawi, they can understand, they can sing along.
True.
But his verse here, people can't understand what he was saying. Yeah. They can vibe to it because of the beat and everything. And the rhythm.
It's like they're waiting for the hook to sing along.
Exactly. So that's what we can change. You'll be like, okay, squeeze in some nyanja in there. And then we can talk about that and see what it goes about.
Interesting, bro. This is like interesting insights. And I just wanted to understand, Woody, what are your plans between Malawi and Zambia? Because I feel like our friends, they've really capitalized on what you've said. Woody, I know, Malawi Sogli market, they understand a bit of what we're saying, and they don't look at Malawi as a country rather than an extension.
Yeah.
Good extension near Zambia.
Yeah.
And they use it to their advantage.
Of course.
You were an artist, Odi Wayambaso Bangama waves in Zambia. You're already big here. What are your plans between Southern Africa? Let me ask you that question.
My plan is as far as what Ghana, Nigeria did. You understand? Ghana, Nigeria, I don't know, even in the neighboring countries, or even I would say Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and whatnot, there is some similarity in the language like Swahili and whatnot, that maybe all these 3 countries, they can understand. Yeah. That's what Diamond did.
True.
He used that to his advantage. You understand? So my plan is exactly to see that, okay, fine. If you see what Zimbabwe does, they speak Shona, you understand? One of their languages.
That's the main language, yeah, sure.
But if you see some words in Shona, they're not far from Chichewa.
Trade.
And some words from Shona, they're not far from Nyanja. And the words from Nyanja, they're not so far from Chichewa. So we have something in common. So Zimbabwe, if you talk about Zambia, Malawi, even a bit of Namibia, we bring it together and we coordinate and we work together. We can have a massive and big industry.
True.
We can do that. And right now, I've worked with some Zimbabwean artists. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, and some projects were released. Like I worked with Natty O. He's one of the baddest artists in Zimbabwe. And I've worked with also some other artists. Their songs haven't been dropped yet. You understand? The songs haven't been dropped yet, but I've worked with them. And then I've worked with some Zambian artists. So my dream and goal is not just to create that work environment, but friendship, brotherhood.
True.
You understand?
I think
the
best working collaborations they come out of
friendship.
Relationship.
Yeah. So if like Natty O calls me and we chit chat, not about music, but talk about things, how is Zimbabwe and whatnot, we laugh about it, like creating that brotherhood. Zambia the same.
True.
You understand? Malawi the same, even maybe Namibia the same. We do that, Mozambique the same. So if we do that, that simply means we can work at any time that we want to. And then if we do that and we push it forward, we can talk about a different thing, a different game.
Best song that you've ever written?
I've written so many songs that I consider best. I don't know, man. Like, I think most of the songs that I write, I consider them the best because I put the best in whatever I do.
Best song that Nyanda has ever produced?
All of them. Nyanda has produced most of my songs.
Yeah, but I'm saying the best, like there's a song, like this one. Okay.
What does it
mean,
the
Yeah, like where you don't understand how did we come up with this song, this idea?
When?
When?
When was supposed to be a slow jam, yeah?
Yeah.
Like that mid jam, like only the keys and whatnot. So I was like, this is what I want. He was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I want to speed up the tempo. Feed in all the instruments, and then we're gonna bring it down.
Sorry, that yeah.
Bro, what he did on the upper tempo, I was like, no, this is it. And we did the beat, we recorded, we mixed within a space of, is it 8 hours?
Yes.
Yes. He did the beat, mixed the beat, got done with it. I recorded, he started mixing, mastered, and everything, and the song was done in 8 hours.
Wow.
So I would consider it the best because that's what brought me to the spotlight of Malawi music industry. Yeah. And if you listen to it now, it still sounds dope as it was sounding back then.
Music, man.
You understand? So that's it.
I say, but I just wanted to thank you for stopping by, coming through.
Yeah,
Big shout out to your producer Nyanda because I feel like most times we don't give a shout out to these producers.
Of course, man.
So shout out to the homie. The last thing that I wanted you to just address, because I was here when it happened, is the issue when you were here recording your stuff, you're in the zone. Now what about my status?
Yeah.
I say,
crazy, man.
Like that kind of like, because news like that, they don't put the same energy when you release Zentuzan. So address that issue.
Yes, this is what I'm gonna say. And I said the same thing, Zambia, of course, and we are so eager to spread the bad news. You understand? It's more like our minds are so invested in spreading other people's mistakes. Other people want to be the first people to deliver the bad news, to deliver the scandals, the drama and whatnot. But when it comes to elevating our own, it becomes a problem. Like if somebody if anybody does better than you, it becomes a problem. You understand? So I think we could have used the same energy. I mean, I'm gonna spread my scandals, my drama, the mistakes of other people, like the gossip and whatnot. The same energy that we do that, we can even shift it to push our own artists, our own musicians, our own products. There are people out there with small businesses. They need the same energy that you push the unnecessary stuff. Bring them in here and then shift the energy. And you see that like TikTok right now is I think the #1 platform that people push as music.
True.
In other countries,
to the point that anajira ma distributors anaipanga sue kuti ikuuza ikunongera kenako anazipangano like singanoti rebrand koma restructure kuti ikhalenso ngati distribution platform.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you see in the sense kuti kwathu kunoko, if you go on TikTok, amangopeza anthu akutukwana. Even we akutukwana nduwe, but like if you kumabwera, you'll be like akulu. This is your chance, you know? Like timadanda hey Malawi kunoko TikTok simatitipira. Hey, maybe YouTube simatitana. But if you look at our content you'll be like, okay, nde anthu azipanga market jana, like azipanga monetize jana babana. You see? And even when it comes to creativity, I always say this. When I'm gonna say this. But just because you have a smartphone doesn't make you a content creator.
True.
Just because you have a smartphone, you have an iPhone or whatever phone it is, doesn't make you a content creator. Just because you have a smartphone, a TikTok account, and then all of a sudden, no. You need to know what content is. And you need to decide what content you're supposed to create as a person. And you need to know your audience. You need to know your market. And you need to like strategize, have scripts, have people shoot you and whatnot for you to become a content creator. You don't just wake up in the morning and you'll be like, okay, give me a link right on the phone and then I'm a content creator. No, you don't do that. That's why a lot of people say unnecessary stuff on the internet. They don't even know about it. Okay, this is unnecessary. But because they're so excited of getting the numbers, the likes, the views and whatnot, it's not about that. It's about you building a professional platform, a professional content creation, like environment. But a lot of people, I would say most of the people that are on TikTok who call themselves like content creators, they're not content creators. They're just people who are just doing that for the fun of it, for the likes, for the views and whatnot. It's a problem. So people need to understand, like, okay, the negative energy that you put in the TikToks, you put in the Facebooks, you put in the what, can you just
shift it into something productive?
We can do that.
But we can. I think we can actually go far if we start thinking that way. And a lot of us as young people, we wouldn't be complaining with it Zojita. Zojita Zatu is attached to what is trending, and sadly, what is trending or what trends in this country is the negative stuff. Anyway, I'm winning. Cheni mwavala chokoneka kuti ncha $1,000.
Mwana ya 1,000 waja. Ino mukuziwa. Tomongaziwe.
You say diamond carrot you only mean the standard.
Nja fake ini. Kumawa.
Thanks for coming through. I appreciate.
You're welcome, man.
I can't wait for the album. I know it's coming out. When is it coming out again?
14th of November. So the album is dropping on the 14th and the launch is on 22.
And the title is
The Magician.
You heard it yourself first here. Driemo Za Nyimbo, guys. If you want to enjoy music, you already know where to get it. 14th of November is dropping. Make sure you get that stuff. Komanso, stream people's music. Go back to his album. When Goes is the best song. Big shout out to the homie Nyanda. Otherwise, we'll meet you. See you next episode. Thanks for coming through.
You're welcome, man.